Hello, everybody. It is September 1st, 2025. It is Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. And if you can tell by my background, I am doing Ratt Detonator. Um, this is probably an odd album to pick, but this is my favorite Ratt album. And I know I'm in the minority with that. Most people, Out of the Cellar is an unbelievable album. Invasion of Your Privacy is a great album. I'm not saying they're not. And I know this is the Desmond Child album, the Diane Warren album, the, Kiss Crazy Nights, hey, we're going to try to be like Bon Jovi album. I get it. I know it. I don't know. For some reason, this one is my favorite. I like this album a lot. I think that their collaboration with Desmond Child worked very well. So, and I know he co produces this album with somebody else. I don't even know the guy's name, but whatever. Um, Now, all cards on the table. I like Red. There's with the exception of Stephen Pearcy's ego, um, there's nothing bad I could say about Rat. I'm not the biggest fan of Rat. They're not, and I just say that not that I don't like them. It's just not a band that I go to all the time. It's not a band that I listen to on a regular basis. I couldn't even tell you the last time. I don't think I rated Rat albums on my old channel. I couldn't have. I mean, if I listened to that album, that self-titled album, Rat, then it had to be once if I rated them. Don't even remember, which means I only heard it once. But other than that, no, I don't. I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to Out of the Cellar all the way through Invasion of Your Privacy. I couldn't. None of these albums. Even this one. This one's probably the one I listen to the most, and it's probably once every couple of years, so maybe once a year. So it kind of gives you an idea of I'm a fair weather Rat fan. I like them, but not one I go crazy for. Now this drives me nuts that I have to agree with somebody I kind of despise, and that's Eddie. I know everybody in the world Trunk. I remember on that metal show he said that it's kind of a common misconception that Rat is seen as, a one hit wonder band, an opening act band, and that's true. And I don't know why they're remembered by a lot of people like that. I think that's kind of gone to the wayside. I think they were so overshadowed by Round and Round, but I don't think people. I don't know if that stigma is still there as much as it was 10 years or so ago. Because this is actually the first album that does not sell at least 1 million copies. So, Rat was the farthest thing from a one-hit wonder or just some opening act band. They were selling out arenas left and right. Um, I don't know if I'll ever do another Rat album again, just because I'm sure I will at some point. And I'll probably do a ranking, but if it takes years for me to do it, one of the things that I do want to say is Warren DeMartini is by far one of the most underrated guitar players in music. He's phenomenal. He's also a phenomenal songwriter. He's very under the radar. He is very introverted. He keeps to himself, so I think that's part of the reason why he doesn't get as much recognition as I believe, and a lot of other people do believe he deserves. But like Steve Clark, who was amazing, he does not get that recognition, and he should, because he doesn't really. They rank these even top 100 hard rock or just rock guitar players a lot. I don't know if he makes the list, and that's wrong. Now, another fun fact about this album, I actually got this CD signed. So when this album comes out, go to Rolling Stone Records store in Norridge, Illinois. Talk about it all the time, and we'll continue to plug it. It's still there. One of them was for them to sign the album. One of them was not there, and it was either Juan or Bobby. I want to say Bobby wasn't there. I don't remember though. When I sold my CD collection, I don't know if I forgot I had this signed or what the deal was. Because I sold them all. I don't think I kept anything. This went with it. So I'm always been kicking myself for that. But this was signed. This album was actually signed by 4 out of the 5 members of Rat. And I really didn't care because my two, again, I'm not the biggest Rat fan. And my two big guys were at the time Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini, and they were there. So they were cool. They said hi. You didn't really get to talk to them for too long. There was a decent sized line. It wasn't crazy. There was a decent sized line. 5 years earlier, the line would have been insane. Like Ozzy was there at one point. I didn't even attempt because when Ozzy was there, if I remember correctly, you could not line up early. In fact, you couldn't be in the vicinity of the store early. The Norwich cops, and they had Chicago cops and Howard Heights cops helping them out. I think they were just you were and you're hanging out and that's whatever. They were getting rid of you. You couldn't line up early. There was a certain time, and maybe there was a lottery. I wasn't there for it, but I remember people telling me the story. It was on the news when Ozzy was there, and it was insane. The line was absolutely insane, and Ozzy obviously was not going to stick around for everything. So there was a point where he was going to stop signing. So, but it wasn't like that for Red. It was. I think we waited in line. Me and my buddy waited in line for like an hour, and got these things signed. So okay. Let me go into this now. I have there's a couple of songs I know. Well, there was one song for sure I know I didn't like. I always skip over. Then there was another one that I totally forgot about. And man, I actually hated that song more than the one I didn't like. So let's go into this. The first one is a little intro to shame, but it's a track, so I'm going to rate it. It's a 2. Warren DeMartini wrote it. It's fine. It's not horrible, but it's nothing great, so it's a 2. Now, the next 2 songs were singles. And I think part of the problem was they picked the wrong songs to be singles. I believe the first one was not this one, but the next song is Shame, Shame, Shame. I believe this was single number 2. Good song. I do like it a lot. It's not a perfect song, so I give it a 4. It's a Rat song. It's very hooky. Great melody. Next one is the one that I definitely think was the mistake having as a single. Loving You Is a Dirty Job. Loving You Is a Dirty Job. I give that one a 3. Good song. So it's a 3. It's an air, but no. Shouldn't have. I don't think that should have been a single. Now, this is the one I remember not liking the most. Scratch That Itch. Total filler song. The verse and the chorus are good, or the verse and the bridge are good. It gets to the chorus and it sounds like the 90s crap. So, and I hate that. I was kind of being generous giving that one a 2. Didn't like that at all. I love the next one, and I think that, let me see, was this one a single? Nope, just those 2. One Step Away. I think that, and Rat was not big on ballads, but man, this was a really good ballad, and I give it a 5. I love One Step Away. Another one that I think of could have passed as a single. It's a rocker. It's straightforward. It's got a great melody. Hard Time. I like it a lot. I give that one a 4. I think I said I gave One Step Away a 5. Okay, and Hard Time is a 4. The next one is Heads I Win, Tails You Lose. I didn't think until I listened to this album again yesterday, didn't think I liked it as much. It's a 5. I really like Heads I Win, Tails You Lose. The next one's the one that is crap, and I didn't remember I didn't like this song as much as I did. All or Nothing is a 1. It is absolute garbage, and I'm looking at this right now. Some guy named Terry Gilgore. Is he the other one that produced this? No, the guy that produced it was Arthur Payson. They should have gotten their money back from Terry Kilgore. This song is terrible, and he does like a rap thing in it, which he's probably trying to be at the time modern and hip. No, All or Nothing is absolute garbage. It's a 1. I like the next one a lot. Another 5. Can't Wait on Love. I think that could have been a single. Again, it's a great typical Rat fun song. Rat was phenomenal with writing good melodies, and catchy hooks and great choruses. Can't Wait on Love is a great 5. The other one, the Diane Warren song, Giving Yourself Away is a 5. It's a ballad. It's phenomenal. And I don't know why. Maybe this album died too fast because there were other songs that, and this should have been a single. This absolutely should have been a single. I mean, I don't think anybody knows this song, and it's great. Giving Yourself Away is a 5. This is the song I think should have been the single to launch this album. Top Secret. It is a fast rocker. It is a punch in your face. It is a 5. It is my favorite song on this album. That song is phenomenal. Top Secret should have been the lead-off single, and I think this album would have hit 1,000,000 units. It is absolutely great. It is a fun, fast ride. Average it up, and it comes to 3.7. You know, I don't do decimals, so 1 to 5, it's a 4. And that makes sense. It's probably where I would put this album. I definitely, again, I like the other albums. I know Infestation's great. That's another one I haven't heard in years. I listened to that more than once when it came out. I don't know if I ever listened to the self-titled Ratt album, but if I did, it is not. It is absolutely not memorable to me. But this one fits the Ratt catalog, and I think this is 90. There's still a little time, man, before grunge starts ruining everything. So this album absolutely could have hit that 1,000,000 mark. They didn't produce this with Bew Hill. Never say that guy's name right. He was a big producer in the 80s. And he did a lot of their other albums. I don't know if that made a difference or not. But great album. I absolutely love this album. Those 2 tracks are garbage. And then the intro to Shame doesn't really count. So this would have been a good 8-track album. I don't think there were. Let's see. I'm looking on good old. I don't see anything that was a B-side. So, all right. Well, that's my review of Detonator. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will see you soon.